You know, it's really expensive getting this cardboard, like, one-sided stuff. Huh. Yeah, you can have it as a treat. I didn't hear that fall through the car. Ugh. I think I'm burning. Oh, great, my foot is stuck, and oh, that was a bad idea. I know it won't burn too long. Most of the stuff in here is inflammable, but yeah, that was a napkin. Great. Anyways, wheel well's done. So, well, like there's a tiny little strip right there ready to weld on the backside, and that'll be done. We got the little strip in between basically the frame rails and the back to tie in, and then this side to match and do a little bit here. And then we're going to set the Miata gas. Hold on a second. Hello. So yeah, we'll set the whole Miata gas tank inside. Originally, it sat where my foot's at, and it's not going to fit there anymore because we took 7 3/4 inches out of the middle. So just gonna shove it back further, also to help try and get more weight on the back end because of just how everything's compacted in this car. Good, still kind of smoldering. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to being silent and you guys can enjoy the video. Came over here to check out a stray cat. It's the first caterpillar of the year. Where is that thing again? Ah, there it is. And why you have to be so creepy? Like, you don't need that many legs. Okay, just step on that. Please. Hello. I'm gonna go over some of the things now, because I kind of ran out of time with everything else just going on of trying to get things sold and just work on other projects and catch up on sleep. Anyhow, kind of put together the intake. Not great. It's all clamped up. No air leaks or anything on anything serious. I need to find some more clamps from other stuff sitting around, and this will eventually get routed way down low, down around here where this is actually open. It goes all the way through. So it'll actually be a true cold air intake and do what they're supposed to do. So verified, like all my plug wires are in the correct location. Been checking through the fuses and relays, and I haven't found any smoking gun as to what isn't giving my signal from the ECU to trigger my fuel and spark to happen. But part of the ECU must be getting power because it apparently triggers a power wire to the fuel system to, well, prime the fuel pump. As one of the videos earlier, you could hear it priming. So I'm not quite sure on that yet. Not too worried. It's one of those things where I'm not trying to get ahead of myself with this car. I'm confident that I will get this car running eventually. It's just a matter of I'm getting excited, and I can't help but want it to start now because then more motivation. So, hold on a sec. Kind of needed to breathe there. Anyhow, soon enough, I'll start making some cardboard templates of basically some fender flares for at least the front. The rears, I may just take a wheel off, measure, cut some coils off to basically drop the back end of this down a bit more. But as for right now, I have made a very badly, not round, but also trapezoid shaped hole for the tire to fit because, like, realistically, I built this whole car to where if I ever put air suspension on this, like, it would just lay out the whole thing on the ground. So there's that. Sorry, I had to cut there. I was coughing because it's cold, because Indiana. Anyhow, this might get cut out a little bit for the Festiva seat to clear because of just how everything's getting, like, fitting for dimensions. But if I could fit that Festiva seat over there, it's going to fit really good, or at least look really good, and they're really comfortable despite looking like an economy seat. So, yeah, I just got to find another one of those, but I'll be parting out Festivas that are way beyond restoration, like sometime in the spring. You guys know how I do my thing. I took the cluster out. It had some bulbs that were already burned out. I needed to fix anyways, and just troubleshooting some little things with ECU, which is conveniently just hanging out down here. Hello. So that's where I'm at. Realistically, there we go. So yeah, we need to finish up the exhaust. I'm kind of wanting to do it coming out like somewhere between this and that. So it'll be like around here and just a little hole coming out with basically like the little mesh stuff that I have left over from the Model A grill. We will be working on that when it's not winter. I think I've mentioned in another video, but yeah, when it's not freezing out, me and my dad will come over and both work on this thing. So yeah, back to this. Need to finish up the firewall. There's a tiny little spot left. It's not going to be anything difficult, just me getting under there. So it won't keep the car from me driving it to work and back once I get the thing actually working. So there's an extra fan from possibly the AC system. I might wire it into the normal cooling fan. I may not. There's just future stuff with that. The tightening arm bolts for these in the back. I've kind of goofed around with tightening one or two at a time while I've popped a wheel off to work on some stuff. The brake system, I got like one little brake line I gotta hook up to the rear like T-union back there. I've already made both the brackets that hold like the fuel line and brake line underneath the car. We'll show that in a bit. So what else? Drive shaft bolts, easy enough. When I'm under there welding up my little e-brake support cables, I can get that done. And yeah, that's about it. Not a whole lot else other than just like interior stuff left to do. Been cleaning up the garage. That's eventually I'll weld up the tabs that hold the seat together and make it where someone could use it again because yeah. So that's about where we're at with the back. Underneath, not a whole lot going on. There's that. And before I forget, I always like to check this. It is off. Good. All right. So I've got a little trace wire. It's kind of my little cheapo like temp lead where all the way from this being the positive is a little bulb over there. There we go. That basically anything I touch to it for a ground, if it's a good ground, it'll light up the bulb and stuff, which we'll demonstrate in a bit. So yeah, finish up the radio speakers and stuff and give me a sec. Yeah. So dealing with almost getting a cold, I don't know. I feel weird. So once I get like some more things figured out with the car, I'll make some little brackets and hold the Miata like gas tank correctly in the back. I had it shoved way back before, and just like I said, troubleshooting some stuff with that ECU. But realistically, like once the car like starts, I'm gonna be able to drive this to work within 1 or 2 days after it actually runs. So that's gonna be exciting, and I'll show you what I was talking about for that little template thing. Alrighty. We'll just touch off this. The beacon is lit. Yes, it's also quite warm when you do that too. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, we're back at the front of the car. So eventually, when I get everything else working, and I'll make it right after it works, like I'll get a stronger strut. This was just a spare blown out one from a Capri. I'll just get a better one and make it where the hood actually holds itself up, and just other little silly things. But yeah, I kind of ran out of time to really show everything. I've just been busy with life and whatnot. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon with this car. And hopefully in the next video of this whole thing, I will have it actually running and driving, and we're going to take it for a test spin. Hopefully. But I'm not trying to psych you guys up too much. I'm trying to stay level-headed that this will eventually be a running car really, really soon. So if you guys were like paying attention through the whole thing, thank you. And like and subscribe, I guess. I never asked for it before, but people always seem to say it helps the channels. So yeah, hopefully see you guys soon. And I'm going to go to bed. So later.